Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Irhamni Mardatillah. I am an English education student from Winaraniri Banda Aceh, batch 2020. Alright, in this video presentation, I would like to present to you about my proposal. By the way, it's made to complete my assignment. It's a practical research in English language teaching. Alright, so my proposal's title is The Use of Arisan Vocab by ZF course to increase students' speaking skills. Alright, so I classified it for 4. The first one is the background of study, the second one is the research question, the third one is the literature review, and the last but not least, is methodology. In general, language is the main tool we need in everyday life. With language, we are able to translate between one human being and another human being, both orally and in writing in general. The first language acquired is called mother tongue, while the language acquired afterward is called the second language. According to Noriani 2013, page 160, a second language is a language that a person acquires after he or she acquires a first language or mother tongue. Second language acquisition is the process when a person acquires another language after first mastering to a certain extent his first language. Second languages tend to be acquired because of certain motives, whether it's education, work, or romance life. Normally, mother tongue focuses on oral use. Meanwhile, second language is divided into 2 broad lines of achievement, namely passive or active. In the word, English is an international language. In achieving language skills, some people acquire it as a second language and a foreign language. Conscious words English. Alright, everyone. In the world, English is an international language. In achieving language skills, some people acquire it as a second language or a foreign language. And Indonesia itself is a country that English as a foreign language, and it's supported by Abikavna in 2020's claim that learning English as a foreign language is not simple. In English itself, active and passive language skills are specified in 4 elements of English, are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. As for this thesis, the highlight will be speaking, more specifically how to increase students' speaking skills or improve student English speaking skills. Because in general, people will claim language skills from speaking skills. Language skills without speaking must be considered passive. Meanwhile, when we are able to speak without understanding grammar well, that ability is considered active. Talking about speaking, from a student, it's going to be separated from the self-confidence, self-esteem, belief, and trust. So yeah, talking about speaking, that we cannot separate it from vocabulary mastery. So, Arisan Vocab is the method that for students master a vocabulary with the fun way. Here, the method of vocabulary gathering will be used to improve English language skills. The focus in providing certain vocabulary that they can freely assembly into stories as the student wishes. Because once again, talking about speaking means trust and confidence, which are also closely to a student anxiety in the same time. Students' unstable condition and limited abilities greatly influence the results of speaking itself, if only the method used is not appropriate. Question to answer and to complete this title, there is the Arisan Vocab method really increase students' speaking skills, and what are the perspective of students as the sample of this research to the method Arisan Vocab by ZF course. And I have a method of data collection. There is task. It's for the first research question, that is pre-test and post-test, and then I also have interview to the sample that I choose to be part of my research. I also come with HO and H1. HO is a recent vocab by ZF course really increased student speaking skills, and the student's perspective of this method is positive. And H1 is a recent vocab by ZF course is not increased student speaking skills, and the student's perspective about this method is negative. Alright, in the chapter 2, there is a literature review. So I classified it into 3. There is ZF course in a recent vocab in the first part of chapter 2, and then the students. I also classified what is the definition of student, which student that I choose as participant, and sample exactly. And the last, but the most important, there is English skills, with the focus or the highlight is speaking skills. I differentiated for the 4. There is the component of speaking skills, teaching speaking skills, assessing speaking skills, and the problem of student speaking skills. So first of all, I give a pre-test before I treat them with the treatment. After the treatment, I give the sample with the post-test to see is there any or are there any improvement with the sample after the treatment. And then for the research methodology, I use quantitative research. I come with the population, the student of senior high school, with the sample students of 10 senior high school as the representative school in Banda Aceh and Aceh Besar. And the instrument of data collection, that is task. It's just like I mentioned before, there's a pre-test and post-test, and the interview face to face to catch and find their perspective, exactly the sample perspective. And then I might or I will do a data analysis by the statistical applications such as SPSS. So that is where I can present you about my thesis as the 3 important chapter in my thesis before I continue to the chapter 4. So that is from me. I hope you can understand. Wabillahi taufiq hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.